best assault map.
Well, as we pan down from the Shimada brothers dragon portrait there, we'll only be seeing one Shimada in the hero lock-ins at the moment, and I don't even think it will necessarily ring true here on attack. Bazzi showing the Genji, but not really a very strong comp to run against this Orisa Junkrat. The dive, Genie once again on the Roadhog. And Bazzi has never been known for playing his Genji. In fact, he's a very weak Genji when he does show it. But you know what? Okay, he is switching. No, he's not. He held back.
Yeah, okay.
I cannot believe what Seven is doing. Hello, I am Bazzi. I don't play this hero. No, we're doing it. We're down 0-2 in the series that determines whether to go playoffs or not.
Well, they're going to try. Dora taking pretty low there, but I believe he picked up that health pack. That's going to be a hook down onto the low ground, trying to get that mech taken away from Free. Unable to break him out, though. Genie just going to be spamming away, breaking that bubble through the wall as Bazzi sneaks his way into the back of the point.
Okay, he's going to try this backdoor strategy where you pull the attention away, but where is the rest of the team going to approach from while this happens? That was a weird observing shot we had. Okay, Seven sneaking around the back here now. He looks for the supports.
Oh.
And the Widow.
Throws out that right click. Does give his position away, and Sassen arrives, saving Ace's life. Takes him down.
I'm not going to name any names, but we have seen some inexperienced Genji players in the past take some time to build some Dragon Blades, take some time to adjust. And this is one of those moments where Ace is found by Bazzi. He hides himself, then right-clicks for some reason, and just mechanically is outdone. Sasha's like, what the hell is going on? Okay, can we just kill him and reset the push?
Okay.
Now, you know, Evo is over here, but he can collapse in with somewhat of a flank. This is going to force the Foxes to rotate a little bit further back into this corner. Adora trying to look for a full swap build here. Doesn't have it yet.
Now they're just playing into the back of the point. Sassen yet again in that close quarter combat will be coming up trumps. Takes down Adora. Orochi will be eliminated, however, so now no res is available. Break onto the mech here for free. Evo down to half HP, so still looks like Foxes might be able to hold this one out. Genie goes low, stays alive. He's going to be looking to take down that Baby Diva, but cannot do so. Free actually makes it back into the mech. Sassen's dead. And we're finding that elimination. Free knocked out yet again as Ace looks for a shot onto Mika, but can't line it up. Pulse Bomb finally ready for Adora. Gets rid of Jungmak. And Foxes trying to maintain control. Will lose that first tick. Revenge takes down Ace. And this might just be them getting this final cap here onto A with plenty of time in the bank. Genie's going to be all off the side, so they will surrender this one. So just under 6 minutes on the clock here for Seven. Could try to snowball this. They have a Transcendence. They nearly have a Dragon Blade and a Primal Rage.
Yeah, both the Primal Rage and the Transcendence are going to be the big tools to make sure they can get enough longevity on this point. The Foxes make a swap to the Brigida to try to shut down the Blade. Ace has made that swap. They've got a decent amount of ults themselves. Really just depends on whether they can focus down Brigida in this fight with the Dragon Blade. Bazzi's, again, as a rookie on this hero, will have to make it happen. Trying to identify where the Brigida is. You can see he found her.
Ran away at the moment, takes in very low. He's just going to toss that self-destruct. Get himself back in. Not going to find a pickoff. Expecting safely, but they just melt that mech yet again. Bazzi comes up with the kill, but the Riptire finds Mika. So now no res. Sassen punished for that ult. Self-destruct out from Free. Also not going to find anything. Dragon Blade will just keep it to that Baby Demon. Now Jungmak as he tries to rejoin in onto the point. Fox is under fire here. Potentially going to be suffering this massive snowball here for Seven. 5 minutes still on that clock. Second tick going to be on the way here shortly. Might be able to finish this one out with a very big time bank that's going to be hard to match if you're the Foxes. Genie going low, has a nano just about ready to go. Jungmak goes forward, finds Mika. Bazzi's going to be taken down. They punish the Winston, but now Revenge is gone. No supports here for Seven. They will peel back, cannot get that snowball cap. It's 50.6%. This is going to allow the Foxes to stabilize on the point.
Good picks here by the Foxes, and Sasha switching over the Tracer absolutely required to make sure that they could keep that longevity away from Seven there. Once you start getting stagger kills, that's when you know you're going to get the capture, and the Foxes with these hero swaps are able to make sure that didn't happen. Ace is going to move away now from the Brigida because there's no Genji on the side of Seven for the attack. Sasha holds the Tracer though. Not going to be swapping away, just wants to continue to use this hero to kind of circumvent the front line.
Alright, going to be dashing around. Anaboost is here on the Jungmak. Sassen taken out. Bazzi with the Widowmaker finds that opening shot, but Revenge is gone. Orochi also eliminated, but Mika can't get into a position. Try to go for the res. On that Zenyatta. He's going to be getting taken down. Primal Rage here, eliminating him. Well, back on that point, have the kite around the side. Genie gonna get stuck, eliminated as Adora comes up with multiple kills here for the side of 7. Sassen's gonna be dead, kills himself with a pulse bomb, and Evo with his own primal rage goes forward, eliminates the enemy Winston. Dan comes back through. Second tick's been gained 77% here for the side of 7 as they try to get completion this time around. Not as big of a time make as they would have liked with that initial attempt, but still will be picking off the members of 7 as they stream forward here onto the point. Revenge pops that Transcendence, moves forward.
He's trying to keep the team alive here. He's trying to buy time, but I mean, he's just going to get focused down. There's no support ultimate to save him.
Yeah, there's nobody else really here. It's just going to be the tanks one after the other. Overwatch finally moving over to the main just to buy a little bit of extra time, and Ace is swapping to the Sombra, so we're truly in the desperate times, desperate measures. Bassi gets that shot onto the May. And this should just about be the finish coming up here in the next few seconds. A final tag in from Jungmak, drops the bubble. No one else really alive. Genie manages the tag in. May's on the way, but it's not going to be fast enough. 2:47, so this could have been much, much worse for Foxes.
Yeah.
As it was about 6 minutes on the clock when that point 8 cap came through.
There was definitely a huge moment where they committed the nano boost to Jungmak, and he both absorbed the nano boost and primal raged, and chased Mika. I mean, I joked it was a get him because he was chasing him to the ends of the earth. But he came in, he was indecisive. He didn't know, do I try to kill Bassi's Widow? Do I try to kill Mika? And eventually got put down so low he had to, after Nano Boost, Primal Rage. And even though Mika died, he bought so much time, and those 2 ultimates were wasted. Jungmak returns to the point with half health, doesn't have Primal Rage to stagger or buy time, and the Foxes, they'd given up high ground, given up the Widowmaker control to Bassi. So from then on out, it was the May swaps and everything else coming through, where we're seeing just shutdowns of May. May couldn't even get on the point to ice block. They expected it, had the line of sight lined up for the spawn, and May was killed before she could even get onto the point. So that was a huge turning point when Jungmak just couldn't really get much value of those 2 ultimates, the Primal and the Nano Boost, and Bassi was just like, well, I'm up here, and you guys are fishing the barrel for me to shoot. Like you said, though, it could have been worse. They did buy a lot of time, especially on that initial defense. The double cap was certainly a fear that they had. But now we're switching to their attack run. And I don't think that Torbjorn is going to be a factor, but you know what? We've seen a lot of crazy stuff already today. I'm expecting it's either going to be the Goats composition or some variation of a Hanzo attack. The dive that we just saw from 7 is not really run by anybody right now on this map, not even Runaway. We've seen only the Tracer variation where the Tracer backdoors a little bit. We kind of saw Bassi do that with the Genji. It was super weird to see him on that hero. Looks like it is going to be a translocator to scout into probably a Goats comp.
Just hiding for now.
Showing the Doomfist, teasing a little bit, but
he's like, hey guys, this is what's going on. Jungmak's like, okay. Reinhardt's ready to roll. Ace swaps to the Brig, and Sauce sends back over onto that Zarya. So, gonna be going with the Goats. No Hanzo variant here. As they start pushing through. It's gonna be Evo waiting right around the corner, getting a nice little zap in. So Roshan falls low. Genie as well, getting ripped apart. Still gonna be at 50% here for that Coalescence, just trying to keep himself alive as he spams away. First hit, getting ready to come through. They'll start contesting now to 7. Fire strike out, not gonna get the hit there onto Revenge. Going for the pin. Jungmak's going in really deep by himself to try to get that execution. It still has not killed off Revenge. Now Bassi finds a shot onto Ace. Should have been playing back here on the point with the rest of the squad. Doesn't get much ult charge. Coalescence gonna come down, trying to keep them alive. Finally gets the hit there on a Revenge. Free's gonna be knocked out of the mix, so maybe they can actually convert this one into a win as Bassi falls low. The shot on the stand as he tries to finish off that Widowmaker, charging forward. Bassi still in the mix. Meanwhile, back over onto the point. Mika gets the res there on a Revenge. And Evo takes down Jungmak, so this is probably gonna be an abandon on this initial push here from the side of the Foxes. They get a decent amount of ult charge. Jungmak swaps over to Doomfist.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. This is basically a composition that's based on low range damage, but sustainability, and Jungmak's play on the Reinhardt was pretty bad. I mean, he went away from his team, he didn't die and did eventually get the pin, but they lost the backbone with that. Now this is really risky. It can surprise their opponents here. They get Mika.
Yeah, already take down both supports, so actually might be able to have some success here. Uppercut in on the freeze, they try to take him out of the mech. Have that something strike to pop, try to get himself back through. Looking for a target, barely missing that rocket punch there onto Adora, certainly would have killed him. Pulse bomb ready to roll, can't stop the baby from making it back in, but Free is already going to be taken down to about half HP. And remember, the supports are still returning to the point right now. Graviton Surge set and ready to go. Saucin would love to hold this for a potential snowball, and looks like he might just get his wish as they go ahead and get this cap. So similar time bank that we saw from 7, but can they beat the finish? With this many ultimates, you would have to think so.
They have the way better ult economy, and they have that, I think, what was eventually called Space Jam. What was it? With the grab surge into the
Meteor Strike?
The Meteor Strike? Yeah, I don't know exactly what that ended up being called.
I think it is Space Jam.
But, I mean, they have that in a second here. Jungmak's going to build this very quickly, but they're missing a real frontal tank. Okay, that pulse did not connect for 7, unfortunately, to open this push, and Revenge is dead.
Still holding it now, tosses that one out. Revenge does fall. Evo going low, jumps up, trying to disrupt Ace. Looking for the kill. Looks like Ace still might be going down, and he does. Primal Rage has to be used by Evo just to take him out. Mika gonna be dead. Green time back over onto the point.
Meteor's still available.
Jungmak does have that. Meteor Strike ready to go. See how long he can hold it for. He's looking for the punch, just gonna be clipping the wall, so can't take down Revenge. First tick's coming through, now looking for the second. They're gonna gain it. Meteor Strike to zone everybody back. Mika's dead again, and they will just get the finish. 452. Foxes come in on 7's best assault map in their history as a team.
I mean, this is not only just their best map, but we talk about it a lot of times, okay, it's their best map. Usually that's a scoreline like 5-2, or maybe it's just a 2-0 because it's the map they play the most. They're undefeated. We only have 2 season contenders. This is a 6-0, and they do it with a weird comp. They put Jungmak on the Doomfist. Doomfist can operate as like a pseudo tank because he does get armor, which is, of course, his shielding. As he does damage, he gets shields, which reduce damage. And you know, he builds into a very tanky hero that does burst damage that can instantly kill a lot of the squishy members of the roster. That's precisely what he did on point B, pinning the members out of spawn. It was a weird pick. It caught them by surprise. They got the opening pick onto Mika on that point A attack when he had the Doomfist out, and that was kind of the crux of the defense. His Reinhardt was not working out, and he immediately changed it up and put the Doomfist in. They even had, for just a moment, Ace on the Widow there. Then they ran a comp that was essentially main tankless there with no Reinhardt, no Winston, but it still worked out. They had the extra, shields from the Zarya, and even though the Space Jam combo didn't work out, it didn't need to.
I think the grab actually was just eaten. I don't think it ever went off. I think that Saucin threw it, but it was just devoured, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They could just use the Meteor Strike to zone them off the point. So
Look at this. Again,
back over onto the attack.
Same comp with Bazzi on the Genji. Let's see if this works a second time. It was not easy for them to get that first point, but they were able to take it with a decent time bank. But again, this is not meta. This is not normal, what we are seeing. And in fact, Bazzi is not a Genji player.
And Dora's dead. And finds the kill this time, as opposed to Saucin. Gonna go wide. But just playing forward up into the choke. Genie looking for another target.
Almost got the kill onto the Mercy there. That would have been huge for the stagger. Still buying time right now. Every second is precious when you're now nearly 3 minutes down on time bank.
Dora's dead again. Looking for the hook. It's gonna be Revenge.
Look at how far forward they're playing. They can afford to do this.
He gets pulled back in because they just keep killing Adora. He tries to go for the back cap to force them to retreat over onto the point. But as long as Ace just keeps killing this Tracer over and over again, it doesn't matter. They can just stay in this choke.
It's the predictability they're showing here. Bazzi gets
shot onto Bazzi. Oh, the poison trap almost takes him down. Nice headshot there onto Evo. He gets pooped down, and Ace follows up for the killing blow. Getting rid of that Winston. It's only 26%
He's done so much damage.
Evo has done nothing.
Yeah, and so much has come out from Ace here on this Widow, nearly killing Bazzi again. Bazzi's got the Dragon Blade.
He's dead.
But he's dead. And they're going to have to reset.
Oh, man.
This is their shot. They've got no support ultimates, no primal for the longer fight. And once again, Adora looks for a flank. If he gets caught here, that may just be their tombstone. It may be their grave already chiseled out here. I mean, it's unthinkable to see this low of an ult charge on a Winston after this long of a push attempt because he's been shut down so hard. Saucin is unbreakable right now, and they counter these
tires set. The trap is there. They get the pull down, and that's going to be free out of the mech. Bazzi does manage to eliminate Ace. One tank's going to be gone, and Evo, again, so very far away from that primal rage, which makes him a very prime Riptire target. Pushes it forward. She's going to find Adora. Doesn't even get a chance to try to recall to save his life. Bazzi with that blade ready to go, just needs to hold it, kites his way back as Monsters look to full hold 7 again.
On their undefeated map.
Now on their undefeated map on Hanamura, their best map type of assault in these overtime rounds, and they have nearly 5 minutes on the clock.
They're 30 seconds away from losing the series. Losing a series, losing the map they've never lost before. I mean, This is unheard of. No one could have predicted this. Ace with the armor here. Rally already used. Here we go. Last chance.
The blade drawn out by Bazzi. He's already down below half HP and he's gone! Genie knocks him out of the park, follows up onto Evo. No chance for a Primal Rage at all. Free makes it back into the mech, but Genie can fix that one real quick with a couple shotgun blasts. Pushes his way back over onto the point. That's the hook. That's the shot. Free is out of there. 7 need to pull off a goddamn miracle right now if they don't want to get full health, if they don't want to lose this series. Bazzi comes back through, nearly has another blade ready to go. 75%. Evo's gonna die. Never will get to use that Primal Rage, it would seem. But Adora starts winning, turning it back in. Puts that pulse bomb down on the Ace. One tick will come through. Maybe they might just be able to grind their way across the finish line to at least get this cap on the A. Second tick ready to roll. Riptire going to be held here by Sauce, and Foxes realize that they have indeed lost this, but oh man, are they making 7 work for it.
This is dire straits now though for 7. This is not a win, this is desperation. They're gonna have to rush to the second point, 20 seconds left to go. They've got the Dragon Blade here and the Primal Rage, which has taken them, basically 3 minutes, more than 3 minutes to build. With 10 seconds left on the clock, they've got one shot, but Sashin holds the Riptire like you say, and that may just ruin everything. Rally will be up shortly. Bazzi, he's caught!
He is getting locked
He's
down.
almost
he goes
dead.
slow, has not died. They managed to find Genie, and now Stan is able to push forward, takes down the Genji. Genie going to be eliminated, or going to be raised back in rather, and the Riptire gets rid of Revenge. The Mac falls. 7, still going to be 4.
Rally.
One tick comes through. They're looking for the second one right now. Ace pushes back in onto the point, trying to stay sustained. Manages to keep himself alive, goes in for the stun, eliminates Migo with the help of Genie
with the double.
3 gonna go down, and that might just be it. Adora trying to buy some time. A Dragon Blade out, but the instant stun comes through. Stan is picking up all the kills for the Foxes. They managed to hold them. 48.5% gains for 7 on point B. Remember, it's 5 minutes here for the Foxes. They can still pull this off. They can still shut 7 out of this series.
I don't know what would have been less likely if you asked me before this series started. Foxes winning the series against 7 or 7 full holding to B, the first tick of B with 5 minutes on the clock. I don't know which would have been more likely to me. You know, if you asked me that, I would have had to think about it for a while. But right now, I'm feeling like it's pretty likely that we're going to both see Foxes win this series and that 7 will fail to hold for 5 minutes to that first tick of B. Because the Foxes can now simply run the GOATS comp. They can do it slow. They already got a fast time bank doing the same thing just moments before. 7 need to blind counter GOATS, I think. Then they need to efficiently trade up with ultimates. And right now, they're showing at least the Ana. I could get behind the Ana, but otherwise, Widow here, blind against what will very likely just be scouted by a translocator and then be countered here on the attackers. How can you hold this? 452. That's a huge time bank. All they need to do is get A, use their snowball ultimates to take 1 tick on B. To defend this, I think again would be crazier than the Foxes winning this series. But if they failed to do it, that's gonna happen. So here we go.
Well, Spot gonna be coming down, Sauce just spraying for fun.
Yeah, defender's advantage is not a thing anymore. As soon as players figure out how to do this, and in this meta, you just go, oh, okay, well, we switch to GOATS.
Okay.
We'll head right over. Give me just 1 second.
Gonna be rolling through. They have plenty of time at the moment. 7 basically need to try to pull off the full hold here on A to keep their homes alive.
Bazzi's going to have to find headshots somehow, and I don't know how that's going to happen, but it's up to him, I think, and revenge on the bio grenades.
Speed boost rolling through. Emo doing a lot better with the Primal Rage charge this time around. Already going to be at half of that ultimate. In on the point, Foxes. Adora keeps this one contested from behind, but 3 so far away. Will just get burned down. Sasa not even that high of energy here. On it, the Zarya just helps to take him down. Ace finds a follow-up kill, gets another one as Revenge will die. Bazzi gonna be eliminated. Stan takes him out. Emo's gonna fall. That's gonna be point A. Going the way of the Foxes unless 7 pull off a miracle here to try to maintain control. But first tick's already coming through. They just gotta get set up. They gotta maybe change something.
There's only so many miracles you can have in one day. Foxes winning this series will be one of them. I think that's already going to lead us to 7 doesn't defend this. They're going to switch to the Pharah. They've got to try something really desperate to try to counter this composition. It's a smart move, but will it buy you 4 minutes of time? I think the answer is a very resounding no. Rally's up here for Ace, so he can give this team armor to approach the point, get a Graviton Surge, bigger bang combo available very shortly. Coalescence is going to be up and ready. Because Ace is going to have to...
Look at the jump the gap
Yeah,
there.
it's not easy, but if you practice it, you can make it happen, as you can see here. This could be done, but it's not going to be easy. I don't know if it's actually even reasonable. Okay, they're going to do it.
Yep, got it.
Speed boost.
Take the corner.
They've got time,
Waiting
but
there.
very well executed. Now the rally is going to be used as they approach the point. Here we go.
All right, pushing in. See that far. Coalescence coming down, just keeping everybody
Great angle.
for the moment. Overwatch is going to be the first one to fall. However,
The triple!
from Stan, it finds 4. That's going to be free out of the mech. He goes down. Genie finds the killing blow. Eva with a primal rage will stay alive for a little bit longer.
Goodbye.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean jack. Foxes looking to close things out. The res is just now coming through. 7 trying to buy some time, but Bazzi's going to be eliminated. Mika goes down. Most of the time buying strats that they have are going to be eliminated free. Pumped out of the mech. Will go down, and that should be it. Foxes have done it. They get the 3-0 in this series. One more map. Can they get a 4-0 over 7? My God, they come up with the win.
They do it against all odds here. The scariest team is one that has nothing to lose, is what the coach said in the interview. They had nothing to lose, nothing to gain, except pride here, and they've defeated 7. I think a lot of people's initial reaction will be, did we overrate 7 this season? I think maybe in week 1, expectations based on their season 1 performance were higher than what they deserve, but after the regular season essentially ended, this looked like a free win, a walkover win going into tonight's match. And to expect them to win was not an overestimation. The Foxes showed up tonight. 7 tried some experimentation. They tried some interesting compositions. But I think the real story is this team choked hard. They fell apart at the seams, ran weird compositions, ran Bazzi on the Genji. And they may not go to playoffs now. A lot of this will depend, of course, on the scoreline between MVP Space and Element Mystic. What a shocking loss for this squad that was so favored to win tonight. And I don't think there's a single person in the world who's watching this now who expects them to win Escort. They lost their first map of Hanamura ever, and they were defeated by the Foxes.
So here is the hard truth for the Foxes. Things look great right now. But despite the fact that they look good, and now we can have faith in them requalifying for Season 3, this is a bit of a heartbreaker, because where was this the entire time? Sure, 7 are not playing intelligently with their compositions. They're not doing anything really to counter the Goats comp. They really mess things up with their experimentation on Achilios. But Foxes do look way more coordinated than they ever have this entire season. So, I'm not saying they would be a playoff team perhaps, but if they had played like this, they certainly wouldn't have been in a position at the start of the day where we thought they were going to go 0-19.
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier when we were talking about this squad. I was like, well, this looks like we're going to see the 0-19. But I said, and even if they win, it doesn't mean anything because of their past record, right? Their history is not escapable. They cannot escape their past in the first 4 weeks of this tournament. So, I mean, that's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
Just to put this into full perspective, if MVP Space wins with any score now against Element Mystic,
any
scoreline will actually put them into playoffs, and 7 will not make it. So
it's still highly unlikely that 7 get eliminated from playoffs, but if they do make it in, they're going to be in that 4th place seed. And also, how do you get any faith out of your fans after this match?
I mean, it's rough, man. And after a match like tonight, I think it's a big reminder that anything is possible. So we shouldn't even take MVP Space out of the cards. Statistically unlikely again. But today was even less likely. We watched this happen, and I think we're staring down the barrel of probably a 4-0 win for the Foxes. This was, I mean, we saw just Bazzi pop off a second ago when he was able to get high ground control. This we're going to watch. This very difficult to execute. Speed boost jump. Very difficult to make that happen, by the way. That's incredible. Stan gets the triple here, just an unexpected angle. That was without grab. That was not a combo.
It's just incredible to see. So Just is going to be coming through. They already have the victory here in this series. Foxes will sub in Just. Sasson will be stepping out for the moment, but for those of you who maybe somebody who's in the the Twitch chat right now, maybe you've never watched Korean Contenders before and you don't understand the gravity of the situation. This is like Shanghai Dragons beating maybe the San Francisco Shock.
Or like Boston or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A team that, has hovered around the upper echelons of the standings for a little bit there. So, yeah, Boston may be a better example comparatively. It's just incredible
Yeah, it's, I mean,
for their first win.
Their first win of the season. Last season, they made playoffs in a similar fashion. They actually had a similar scoreline to what 7 has this season, last season. They came in with a negative win rate into the playoffs. They were defeated in the round of 8, of course. But, you know, they lost their best player, in my opinion. Not everyone agrees, but I really felt their best player was Adora. His dual synergy with Oporochi was incredible. Now he's defeating his, Oporochi's defeating his old teammate, Adora. They come in with 2 rookie DPSs that are trying to fill the spot of Adora, Justin Ace. They kept Sashin in. He's a main player on the roster instead of a sub this season. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time that Ace and Just will play together.
I do believe you're correct, because I think Sashin has been in 100% of the time for the Foxes this season. So this is going to be a experiment from them, but it doesn't matter. Screw it. This is the last map.
Yeah, Adora.
Your season's done anyway, so have some fun. Give these guys a chance to build their synergy together, and just see how it goes. There's literally nothing to lose now for the Foxes, other than a little bit of money.
There was nothing to lose before this, but I mean, I'm a little bit speechless. I mean, Adora is as well, defeated by his former teammate plus rookies. You know, and Genie, of course, is a new player to the squad that wasn't part of his team when he was on it either, but Genie came up big today. And I never thought I'd say this, but I think I almost have to vote for Genie as MVP based on the King's Row defense. Some of the stuff we saw there on Hanamura. I feel like Jungmak had a fairly weak Reinhardt there on Hanamura, but his Doomfist was enough to get them the double cap.
Yeah, very good.
And I don't know, we're living in a crazy world right now. It gets very difficult to even find words to describe what we have just witnessed. Like, my analysis today, I feel like it's not the most, you know, groundbreaking, because it's
throw it out the window. Throw all reason and logic out the window, Wolf. Because you know what makes this even crazier? Not only are the Foxes maybe going to 4-0-7. Already got the win, mind you. Could be a 3-1. But not only have they already beaten 7, they've done it in a little over an hour. This has been one of the fastest matches that we have had all season long.
Yeah. It is
so impressive.
Insane. Gibraltar is going to be the final map. And it's going to be a map that plays into Bazzi's strengths. So, surprise, surprise. You know, he's, I think, been the most consistent player on the roster still, 4-7. Adora's had a bit of a tougher night. And they've also been forced to run compositions that they're less comfortable with. They're, again, I don't want to use the word experimenting, because I just don't feel like that's a statement I can make, given the gravity of this series for them. Maybe they've been running the script for a long time. Today's the day they felt it was correct. But you know what? They haven't done it before. It did not work. They lost the series. Let's see if they can take the final map.
Well, absolutely crazy. Everyone today was just gushing over that Volskaya map. Fusion versus Spitfire. But you guys know the truth. You fair few who are watching right now. This is the most exciting series of the day.
Yeah.
Hanamura was the most exciting map that was played.
Well, let's see how this all pans out for the side of 7. I feel like it's been their attack that has been their weak point. Revenge will be again on this Roadhog as Adora flexes to the Hanzo. So a pretty weird attack for Gibraltar. Usually you see Hanzo Winston D.Va here, and it's not really a Roadhog map outside of GC Busan Wave again, as the Hanzo deals with the enemy tanks. Nice grab though.
Yeah, nice hook. It's going to be Stan getting taken out of that. We're able to follow up to get the mech pop. Knight back around the corner. Revenge is going to be moving over onto that high ground to try to find another hook. And Stan, yeah, no position to get rezzed up here by Oporochi. Just going to have to wait for him to rejoin, which won't take too long. He's got thrusters.
They lost control of the high ground here, which is, you know, why this cart pushes so freely at the moment. Ace just needs to get in a position to do damage. Just is taken out, so it's not going to be easy. In fact, probably nigh impossible now. They may just have to give up point B, one more contest. Ace tries for the flank, but fails to get the kills, fails to do damage here. It's a really nice spot for 7.
Cart's moving up at the moment. They're going to have to tag this one in shortly. But 3.5 meters here as a drop-down hook comes in on the stand, but he's going to be all right this time around. Ult comes out from Evo.
Ooh, that's a pretty aggressive
Pushed away. Mika, goes low, almost goes down. Revenge will do the same at the same time, and now Stan follows up for another kill. This time gets rid of that Mercy. No support available here for the side of 7. It might just get halted right in front of point A. Nice cut across from Medora. Will take down Ace, but he is going to die.
Tonight. How many kills does this guy have in this series? Not only on the Hog, but on the Zenyatta. The guy has come up big. On Hanamura, we saw him get several kills there on the defense. The guy is hitting left clicks, not even really spam right clicks, which I think a lot of Zenyatas get credit for some reason, even though it's mostly just game sense and a little bit of luck that gets you big kills on that one. The left clicks are coming through accurately. He's getting those headshots. 7's going to have to reset. Here's the Dragon Strike looking for the supports.
Yeah, Overwatch going to be going low, but does manage to stay alive. Valkyrie going to get popped. He's falling as well. Tosses out his own Dragon Strike. We'll see if he can pick up anything for it. Jim Max still going to be dead. No res coming through at the moment. Revenge eliminated before he can use that whole Hog and the Transcendence here from Genie to keep everybody alive. As Overwatch does get the push forward and bring Jung Mak back through. So with Hanzo's going to be traded out. Res in onto the Roadhog and immediately does take down Genie. Nice elimination coming through for Revenge. Self-destruct goes up, comes back down. No pops, but they're moving forward and Jung Mak has to pop that Primal Rage to try to halt the cart. Buy some time for the rest of the Foxes to rejoin. Self-destruct going to be tossed out right in front. Not going to find a pop though. Barriers down for Evo. Keeps himself alive. Cart rolls into point A. 3:47 on the clock. And Stan will get taken down.
All right, so 7 gets some long-awaited momentum finally in this series. Here on this final map, able to get a decent time bank into B. They've been controlling the high ground pretty consistently. The matchup between Adora and Ace has been advantage Adora throughout this entire defense here for the Foxes. So, you know, that's kind of the issue here, is that the Hanzo matchup's been going so poorly that the tank line can't really be supported. Ace, in fact, will switch off of the Hanzo completely onto the Tracer to help look for some flanks in the back line. Overwatch getting picked already, though. Not a good sign here for the Foxes on this final map.
A good opening kill. We'll go ahead and pick up Adora, but Ace is also going to fall now. Mika. That alleviates a lot of pressure here in the Foxes. No res, no support, but Mac will also die in the front lines. Need to be a bit cleaner here from the side of the Foxes. Suffering too many losses, and as I say that, Genie will go down again. 7 pushing forward pretty unhindered at the moment. Stan just going to be chilling up on top of the dropship, but he's going to have to come back down. Going in with a payload.
Pocketed by Overwatch, so he's, you know, healing through all this damage right now. He's buying a lot of time.
Dora, nice shot there on adjustment. Taken down as he was in midair. Dragon Strike doesn't find anything, just going to be spamming away, and he is going to be pretty safe up top, especially now that there's no Winston to deal with him. There's no Diva to charge forward, try to knock him off that dropship. So now we can just go ahead and rejoin as they push into B7. Looking a lot more coordinated here on Gibraltar. You have to wonder what happened for the first 3 maps.
Well, Adora, you know, he looked super frustrated after they've lost the series, right? I mean, throughout the first 2 maps as well, but especially after that Hanamura game. And it's almost like he's making a statement to these 2 rookies, like, I was actually the best DPS the Foxes will ever see. I'm still better than both of you. He is basically single-handedly killing both DPS players on the side of the Foxes himself. Ace going to switch again onto the Brigida this time. Here's a self-destruct attempt.
He's wrapping around. Stan finds another triple. Are you kidding me? No pop on a freeze mech this time around, but still a massive explosion from him. And that is going to give Foxes the opportunity to finally push forward.
It was a really cool angle
over this card.
Like, no one really could have expected that angle to happen because 7 was playing so aggressively trying to control that high ground, give Bazzi and Adora, of course, on the Hanzo, that opportunity to really shine here and coast the cart into C with that extra line of sight. Stand 1 flanks with the self-destruct, gets that cool angle. No one can retreat in time because they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Cool defense here for the Foxes. Jumax now onto the Reinhardt here. And getting around this corner has never been more difficult with the Widow composition for Foxes. In a moment, he can grapple up, and that's going to be when this is going to get tougher. Here he comes.
Evo jumping over, stun comes down. Kills to be found yet. Adora just going to get healed back up, tosses out that armor. Nice shield up. Still going to be that Earth Shadow connecting on a Revenge, but they're not able to get the kill onto that Zenyatta. Adora's going to fall. Evo going down as well, so still going to be a 1 fight for Foxes off the backside of the ult.
Yeah, they just couldn't get Bazzi onto that high ground. He got up to the ramp, and that was as far as he could go. And the play from Ace here on the Brigida is finally starting to really pay off, just doing some extra damage. Jungmak This crazy playstyle on this Rhine, hit or miss, but the hit is on the charge, not the shatter. Really good defense there by Adora, who's now switched again to the Tracer. You can see him trying to zip around to the back line to threaten the supports, but it's so risky here against this type of composition. At least, you know, he is somewhat unseen.
Just is winning the Widowmaker battle here pretty consistently against Bazzi. That's been taking him down.
He's got line of sight advantage, you know.
Yep. Great pick, self-destruct out from debris, not going to be finding any kills. Stand, goes for another one. Tries to make it back into the back. Can he get behind the barrier? No, he cannot. Free pushes forward, charges him down, and now Jungmak's too far forward.
This is the opportunity they've been looking for.
Yeah, this is going to allow them around the corner, get Bazzi some line of sight straight down the lane here. Identifying where Just is at. He's hovering off to their right somewhere. Get that infra sight up. Rally going to be used by Ace.
They should be able to buy time here on this C now with the Ana swap as well.
They rejoin in. Dora manages to eliminate the enemy Widow. Transcendent's going to be out by Genie. Still has that armor topped up on to the Zenyatta, but Ace is going to be eliminated. Pulse Bomb out from Adora, looking for a pick that's going to help take stand out of that mech. Enemy Tracer back, gets rid of the enemy Tracer now. Infra sight up for Bazzi as he looks for a couple heads to eliminate.
Jungmak Shatter buys a little bit more time. They just want to get this into overtime, I think.
Yeah, or as close as they possibly can here.
I mean, the respawns are coming through. If they buy even a little bit more time, this suddenly becomes so much more difficult for Seven. Bazzi remains on the high ground here, though, with good line of sight. The Jungmak has to kind of hide around this corner, as you can see.
3 seconds left. Jungmak not able to get rid of really any swings and just has to keep that barrier up the entire time. Now he's just getting sprayed down from behind. Might just get eliminated. They're trying to keep him up, but it's not going to be enough. Bazzi able to find the shot. Stand here with a nano boost. Trying to stay into that mech, but everyone collapses in onto the deep, and the card's moving forward at the moment. No one on it. Self-destruct still manages to find revenge. They're going to start pushing this one forward. Might just roll it in. Yes, they will. No one can tag it in time. The Widow trying to rejoin. Seven get the completion here on Gibraltar.
They get completion. It's not the greatest time bank, but it's tough to complete this map with any time. But they were able to get Bazzi onto the high ground there. And at least Adora is able to redeem himself in this series. The Hanzo battles there against the rookie DPSs on the side of Fox is killing both Just and Ace on the Widow and the Hanzo by himself, essentially, while Adora threatened with the Tracer. He was also running the Brigida occasionally for some extra defense. Swapping compositions on the fly. Playing very meta in this map, 7. Not really breaking the rules. The A push was a little bit less the case, but for A to B and B to C, I mean, it was about as standard as it gets. So now as we head to their defense, if they can pull off a solid one here on their 3rd now map pick, we may just see the series end with them taking at least one map here. Well, there's not a lot to fight for. There's not a lot to play for. Even still, it looks like, especially on the side of Adora, there's a feeling of relief after that attack there, that they did not get completely shut down today in this series. There were some moments, there were some wins, there were some small victories. I would not be surprised if we do, in fact, see this same comp here for the defense now. This comp works better on defense because you have Widow and Hanzo to burst down the Winston that they're expecting. I will be surprised if we see attack Torbjorn May, but you know. Anything.
I mean, my solo queue team said that it was wonderful.
No, my solo queue team never says that, but they run it anyways.
Somehow we lost. I guess the other team must have been smurfing, you know, but what can you do?
Well,
Stan
it
is going to be on
Bastion.
Hog. Looking for an opening pick here. And Ace is still pushing forward. He's going to drop down, so it might just be a pirate ship coming in.
Pirate ship for sure.
Mild pirate ship. Could go for the Torb as well. Spray going to be coming through. Barrier's going to be broken.
Nice absorb on that hold, making sure they didn't get yanked off the side. That would have spelled a big disaster with all the damage output that this pirate ship has to offer. You can see that, like, Fox is not even willing to give ult charge, not even willing to contest. It's like, we're leaving the point. That's why he has no ult charge here, because they're just not even giving him chances to do damage. But that means the cart keeps rolling.
Oh, now he's going to get that shot in from behind. Revenge not going to land the hook. Ace goes slow. Almost keeps himself alive, but Bazzi will be able to find the shot. Orochi gets that res. Stan's going to be knocked out of the mech. Mech's dead. So Foxes might have to change something up, because unless they want to wait for a very long, a decently long rollback, I don't know if they're going to be able to get that Bastion back in onto that card anytime soon, especially with Adora firing away with these nades.
Yeah, so nice little reset here on the pirate ship. Switching to the Genji comp, actually, versus the Junkrat, an interesting choice. We'll see if Bazzi can continue to shut this down. We saw the opposite happen to him earlier when he was on the Genji. It did take him a long time to get that A point, and then, of course, on the second overtime push on Hanamura, they barely got it at all. The Orisa can also slow down the dive with the Genji, halt the Genji into place, allow repositioning or allow tons of damage to be done by Adora here on this Junkrat. The goal here is to get a Riptire. You get the Riptire, you're going to basically buy 60 more seconds, so that's the big one.
Well, Ace is going to be dead, Bazzi. Finds the enemy Tracer here. Stands down to half, just going to have to wait. Genie would love to get some healing in onto that D.Va to get that ult charge ready to go for the Transcendence. He's still a ways away. Overwatch nearly.
Yeah, he's like, please don't pocket him, Opa.
Yeah, just let me get some orbs on that boy. But we're spamming away, not getting too many hits in, so still going to be ways away from that Riptire. 24% to go.
Yeah, they're actually playing really well around the Junkrat on the attack, just trying not to give that ult charge, but they're still not gaining ground, so it's lose-lose here on the attack from the Foxes.
Standing out yet again, but now just going to find the pickoff onto Mika, so no supports available for 7. Riptire going to be coming through, drops it in off the top, looking to eliminate Genie, and will be able to do so. Max dead, so now Orochi's got to choose. Back up. Do I go res the Winston or do I res the Zenyatta? It's going to be the Zenyatta. In the end, Zemo nearly falls. Mika has not been here this entire time. Will get taken down as just follows up for that kill. They still need to get this cart rolling. It's a minute and 12 seconds remaining. Foxes running out of time. They need this Dragon Blade to be impactful when they use it.
Yeah, and they can't use it yet. Unfortunately,
he's got a poison trap. Oh!
The Valk earlier, too, was so wasteful. Revenge picks up a double here. Of course, is killing the pilot form D.Va, but, I mean, the Foxes don't really have much of a war chest. The Transcendence is not going to be able to use attack on the plate. It's going to maybe have to use to get just into range to do damage with this blade. If they miss a window here and another Riptire comes out, that's it. That's lights out. 7 takes the final map. So they basically have to find this before Adora gets 25% more ult charge, or it's going to be very, very, very difficult to make this happen. Nice
call. I wonder where the Tracer's at.
Here's the blade coming in with the Tracer.
Mika. It's going to be contained in the side room. Just finds one, finds two. Bazzi's going to be eliminated. Freya's out of that mech. Zayt pops him now. Supercharger eliminated. Orochi, the only one falling on the side of the Foxes. They get the team wipe. That should be the completion here onto A with just 15 seconds remaining, so not going to have a lot of time for this hangar phase.
Very well played by the Foxes DPS duo there, though. They found the Tracer, sure, with that poison trap, and they knew where she was likely to be. Yeah. But the execution of the two rookies here to get in there, kill the supports, kill the Widow, very crisp. Genie on the ground healed up the tanks, so they didn't have to use their ultimate. So Foxes with a huge ult lead as they head towards B. That was basically what they needed. They needed such a clean engage, and they got it.
Stun onto Ace. Good pick off here for Adora. Doesn't have that pulse bomb. Can open up some distance for that cart. As he drops down onto the low ground here onto the Tracer this time around. And Ace is going to be swapping to the Hanzo.
Yeah. Just popping out of the gate here with the tank busting as they head towards B. If they can keep their tank ult advantage, that's what they're looking for with this Hanzo pick, so they can have an easy push to B. For C is going to be the hard part against Bazzi.
Roshi in an awkward spot, has that Valk pop, but he's just kind of stuck in the stairwell at the moment. And he uses the Transcendence. Jungmak coming through from screen, doesn't find anything with this up the struck. Evo going to be dead. Jungmak going low off screen as Bazzi continues to dash around. Just manages to finish up. Mika will get punished there by Bazzi, but it's still going to be Foxes very handedly winning this fight. Jump up to the top. Jungmak is going to get that stomp
This
kill.
is everything they wanted. I mean, they did exactly what the Hanzo was designed to do. They crushed the tanks. They only used the Primal Rage. Still ult efficient. Just holds a blade. Ace is halfway to a Dragon Strike. And we're going to see one more tag in attempt here by 7. For B, you have to think, but, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to execute. Especially with the blade. Here we go.
Drops down. Going to get stunned up. Go slow. Not going to be dead yet. But Revenge has that Transcendence, so the cause of any kills coming through with these last couple swipes going to be non-existent, but Ace able to pick up the kill. Gets rid of Bazzi. Side coming through from Evo. Nearly has another Primal Rage. Really wants that. Try to keep this card contested. Brings the Discord Orb in onto him as Ace tries to pop him out of that mech. Able to do so. He gets knocked out. Jungmak follows up the kill onto the baby D.Va. 1.34 meters left to go. Nice quick shot there from Ace. Does find Mika. Bazzi's going to go off the side.
This is going to be the Widow swap.
And now it's one final stretch. 2 minutes here for the side of Foxes to get this completion and try to get that 4-0 over 7.
This is the hardest part. Can you kill Bazzi? Can you get line of sight? Just you're a rookie player against a veteran, one of our better Widows from last season. Don't know if we can necessarily say it was this time once again top 3 in Korea, but he's a veteran, right? Against a rookie, it's a tough matchup. You've got line of sight disadvantage. Can he get into the line of sight? Can he win that 1v1 when he gets there? Those are the things that Foxes need to answer in order to get completion here.
Struck from stand. Eliminating the enemy D.Va. Pop over the top. Just finds the body shot onto Revenge. Cannot get that execution.
Bazzi gets a kill on the Genie.
Yeah, Bazzi just take him down. Follows up onto Just as he looks the other way. Tries to get Ace, almost manages to take him down. It doesn't have an angle to halt that res, so Overwatch is able to go ahead and pop Genie back into the fight. Forsyth now going to be up. He's going to be seeing Just ready to rejoin, as Ace barely escapes with his life yet again.
Yeah, this is the final test for the DPSs of the Foxes. The tank line to get them into position. Ace going to Dragon Strike.
One straight through the wall. They look for free. He'll throw up the mech, looking for the self-destruction. Mech drops down that barrier, but it's a double kill, and Free finds both supports in the back line. It's going to buy them so much time, and now Seven can go ahead, spill forth, get all these kills, and try to stagger as much as possible. If they can delay stand here, in that maybe D.Va form, they're still pushing forward all the way back to the spawn.
Jungmak needs
now
to
finish off the Widow.
He needs to switch to Ridston. I think that this is not going to work with the Reinhardt. Like, I don't know what the idea with the Reinhardt is.
Swap.
Sand swaps, loses his ult charge. More significantly, when will a Earthshatter ever be relevant on this push? Like, I would like to believe in Jungmak. It's not about building a Primal Rage, it's about the ability to shut down Bazzi's line of sight, because Just, the rookie, he can't beat him around a corner. He's going to try to use the Reinhardt. You can see Just in the back doing nothing now. Where's the Shatter? Where is it?
The bubble's going to be popped. They have to get revenge with the Shatter. They need to make sure that he can't get that Transcendence off. Ace is going to go down a door into the backside, gets rid of the enemy Brigade, and now it's going to be that Shatter coming through, looks for the pin, but Revenge has the Transcendence up. Bazzi eliminates Justin Overwatch. He has to use the res in onto the Brigade. Genie is going to fall. Seven looking to put one win on the board, at least here today. Their playoff hopes is already out of their hands. They need Element Mystic to come up with a victory, but they at least want to claw something on the board. Do not want to suffer a 0-4 loss to the Foxes, the bottom performing team up until today in this tournament. They will be able to hold them off. They get one on the board, a 1-3 loss. Foxes, they come up with the win.
Yeah,
this
they
is
do.
Their day. They managed to finally put some victories on the board, some map wins here. They can't get the completion on Gibraltar, but the battle's already won for them.
Seven longtime friends and scrim partners of Element Mystic. They've always said they had a great relationship with the squad. They're definitely going to be cheering for them a lot now after this loss here. If MVP Space is able to win with any scoreline, it will eliminate Seven from playoffs. The Foxes will still not gain a spot. But at the end of the day, I feel like Seven went back to their roots on that final map. They went back to the strengths of playing behind their DPSs. Went to Bazzi's Widow, Adora on the Hanzo. The DPS duo won the match up there. The only way Foxes win that point C is if the tank line can give Ace and Just the ability to kill Bazzi, kill Adora. They failed to do so. Jungmak was unwilling to switch off of the Reinhardt there, looking for that Shatter. And Seven plays the more meta comp for the first time this series. They play comps to their strengths for the first time in this series. And it's the first time and last time that come up with a win here in this series in the last match of their regular season. So for the Foxes, it feels like a happy ending in a lot of ways, despite the loss there on Gibraltar. We'll see if they can make it through trials. But for now, that's the last we're going to see of this squad. Don't know if we'll see this 8-man show up the same way in trials. If I had to guess, if I were a betting man, I'd say no. But for Seven, they're going to be watching with great enthusiasm to see if MVP Space will be defeated on tomorrow's match. That's going to decide everything, their entire fate. Yep. But what you mentioned earlier, I still think holds true. For the playoffs, for the team that faces them in the round of 8, they're going to feel pretty happy about the weaknesses shown today and the lack of form, honestly, we saw from Seven. So even if they do get that playoff spot, I think it's going to be a long, long road ahead.
I mean, you know who they have to play against if they get that playoff spot? It's Kongnu Panthera. And in this type of form, where they already showed that they are incapable of countering the GOATS comp there on Hanamura, Kongnu Panthera, that is their bread and butter. They will roll them with that composition coming through. So this is a very, very poor look for Seven if they can make it into the playoffs, if MVP can't pull off that miracle victory over Element Mystic. Any scoreline will allow MVP Space to get their first playoff appearance ever in the history of Korean Overwatch, but taking down Element Mystic is going to be a very, very difficult task. They are also looking for a perfect season without suffering any losses at all in their match.
Them and Panthera, man, they're already kind of on the edges of the brackets. They're headed to the finals. It feels like, barring any upsets like we saw last season,